From the state of Alabama, Kimberly Dawn Roberts Sycophus, Garrett Coulter Crumby, Carlos E.J. Taylor, John C. Thrower.
From the state of Arizona, David Lee Johnson. From the state of Arkansas, Jeff David Hust. James Michael Lett. William Wesley Rainbolt.
Continuing from the state of Arkansas, Vincent Anthony Parks, Jim Ray Carlton, Bolivar S. Moore, William Murphy,
Continuing from the state of Arkansas, Ray Audrey Campbell. From the state of California, Aubrey Helene Phillips, Frank Hernandez Murillo, Ryan Michael Klinkenbrunner,
Continuing from the state of California, Becky Vanessa Strong, Chad Edward Swanson, Twan Q. Lee.
Continuing from the state of California, Brett Michael Harris, Donnell Andrew Calhoun, Ralph Edward Savano.
continuing from the state of California, Rodrigo Delgado, Gonzalo Carrasco Duanes. From the state of Colorado, Michael Anthony Moran.
Continuing from the state of Colorado, Julian Gonzalo Massara. From the state of Connecticut, Robert Carl Garvin. From the state of Florida, Petter Thomas Johnson.
Continuing from the state of Florida, Jack Sale Stewart, Anthony William Rickerson, Israel Shepard Hughes,
Continuing from the state of Florida, Paul Shipperwright, Charles Hugh Harry, Isaac Henry Simmons, Michael Paul Kunovich.
from the state of Georgia, Clarence Lamar Williams II, Ty Michael Brown, Harry L. Cook,
Continuing from the state of Georgia, Robert Danforth Clark, James
Continuing from the state of Georgia, Mark Andrew McIntyre, Robert Daniel Rogers. From the state of Hawaii, Bill Mila Sapolo. From the state of Illinois, Ariana Michaela Preston, Andres Mauricio Vasquez Lasso, Todd C. Gilliland, Charles A. Hitch.
Continuing from the state of Illinois, Francis McGraw. From the state of Indiana, Benjamin Tobias Thornton, Michael Robert Keel, Donald Max Nieslinger Jr. Continuing from the state of Indiana, Sean Allen Burnell, Aaron Nathaniel Smith, James Ray Bailey, Ralph Gerald Aiken.
Continuing from the state of Indiana, Timothy James Geyer, John Anthony Durham, Stephen Miller, Ross John Krieger.
Continuing from the state of Indiana, Heather Jane Glenn, Hassan Anthony Hacker, W. Mead Smith. From the state of Iowa, Kevin Michael Grant.
From the state of Kansas, Jonah Oswald, James Lucero, Brian Glenn Russo.
From the Commonwealth of Kentucky, August Utenhofer, Louis C. Story, John Centers, Elijah Roberts.
Continuing from the Commonwealth of Kentucky, James Brady McLean, James Claxton, Raymond Alexander Birdsong, Caleb Kenneth Cotter.
From the state of Louisiana, Kyle Michael Alonso,
David Jacob Poirier, Scotty Wayne Canizero, Michael Stephen Gottawa.
Continuing from the state of Louisiana, Charles Fitzgerald Dotson, Sean Kevin Kelly, Nicholas Neil Pepper.
Continuing from the state of Louisiana, Robert William McKinney, George Calvin White, Trevor Aaron Apley, Carl Douglas Gilman.
Continuing from the state of Louisiana, Maryland Antoinette Bam, Barry Cole Gilliam. From the state of Maryland, Scott Charles Carter.
From the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Daniel M.
McLean, Anthony J. Pasquello, Alexander Griffin.
Continuing, Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Paul J. Tracy. From the state of Michigan, Frederick Charles Bowens Jr., Isam Mohammed Kassam, Armando Greer Travis Sr.
Continuing from the state of Michigan, David Irwin Cook, George A. Brown, John Rodet, Mountain Webb.
Continuing from the state of Michigan, Herman Lukowitz, Daniel Allen Himmersay. From the state of Minnesota, Joshua Anthony Cohen. From the state of Mississippi, Warren Brandon Tyler.
Continuing from the state of Mississippi, Jairus Dion Davis. From the state of Missouri, Charles Lee Burns, Mason Evans Griffith, James Matthew Mulbauer.
Continuing from the state of Missouri, Kelly Bernard Rolando, Jason Scott Julia. From the state of Nebraska, Willis Gardner Dagan, Christopher John Marcello.
Continuing from the state of Nebraska, Colby Lee Baber, Orrin Sylvester Etherton. From the state of Nevada, Victor Antoine Hunter.
Continuing from the state of Nevada, Michael Salvatore Abadi, Alberto and Daniel Felix, Clifford Vincent Fontaine.
Continuing from the state of Nevada, Anthony John Franconi. From the state of New Jersey, Laverne Harrison Carr, Robert Joseph Schisler. Continuing from the state of New Jersey, Gerald P. Barbados Sr., Richard E. Tusaro, Richard Weber, William Donald Boger Sr.
Continuing for the state of New Jersey, Richard Louis Ruiz Sr., David John Lee, William J. Garan Sr.
From the state of New Mexico, Anthony Dale Ferguson, James M. Sides, Sammy J. Chirrillo.
From the state of New York, Michael J. Kearns, Carl John Cedarwall, John Joseph McCauley.
Continuing from the state of New York, Gregorio Morales, Stephen C. Roselio, Troy D. Patterson.
Continuing from the state of New York, John F. Parker, Michael G. Predatori, Francis A. Gaynor,
Continuing from the state of New York, James Stephen McCormick, Stephen Anthony Darby, Jordan Silver.
continuing from the state of New York, Maureen Gill Donahue, Mark N. Ressick, Thomas N. Lillard, Janelle Sanders. Continuing from the state of New York, George Flores, Victor Vargas, Eric Cailla, Angel Escobar.
Continuing from the state of New York, James A. Mastrocovo, Nicholas Polovinsky, Zachary Slavin, Ronald E. Higgins.
Continuing from the state of New York, William J. Keating, Thomas J. Graham, Anthony J. Garvey. Continuing from the state of New York, Thomas F. Roach Jr., Donald E. Cassian Jr., Ivan Gonzalez.
Continuing from the state of New York, John J. Walker III, Pedro Antonio Candia, Martin M. Podolsky.
Continuing from the state of New York, Lawrence J. Braun, Frank D. Randall Jr., Francisco de Castro Jr.
Continuing from the state of New York, Patrick James Hogan, James Loughlin Ward, William Michael Kelly.
Continuing from the state of New York, Pedro A. Ferreira Sr., Timothy E. Coyne, Roland Anthony Gray.
Continuing from the state of New York, Malcolm Barnes, Chanda D. Barnes, Nicholas F. Ortiz.
Continuing from the state of New York, James A. Garrity, William Anthony Jr., Marcos M. Quinones.
Continuing from the state of New York, William Patrick Radigan Jr., Michael Romano, John Barr.
Continuing from the state of New York, Robert Radian, Andrew L. Windland, Michael Anthony Continuing from the state of New York, Alberto Nieves, John Christopher Ryan, Emil Hanschniger.
Continuing from the state of New York, Robert N. Burney, Christopher P. Rock, Scott Charles Norcutt, Christopher James Harris.
Continuing from the state of New York, Nicholas A. Georgiadis, Patrick J. Hogan, Edward T. Keller, Anthony B. Ash.
Continuing from the state of New York, William John DeBlock, Lawrence W. Layton, Robert John Curley, Thomas Patrick Capitello.
From the state of North Carolina, Austin Smith Rudel, Philip Dale Nix. From the state of North Dakota, Charles McCarthy, Jake Ryan Wallen.
Continuing from the state of North Dakota, Paul Stephen Martin. From the state of Ohio, Billy Joe Irick, Terrence Nicholas Bateman, Orion Owen Hale.
Continuing from the state of Ohio, Marcus Lee Ziegler, Gerald Ford Lynch, Joshua Isaac Hamilton.
Continuing from the state of Ohio, Mark Urban Heino I, Matthew David Mitchell, Timothy James Unwin.
Continuing from the state of Ohio, Anthony Eugene Chloe. From the state of Oklahoma, Joseph Lee Barlow. Jeremy David McCain.
Continuing from the state of Oklahoma, John Robert Randolph III, Boulevard Thornton Knight. From the state of Oregon, George Martin Lowe, Jared John Miller, Joseph Wayne Johnson.
From the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Justin Clark McIntyre, Sean Leonard Sagansky, Jacques F. Peugeot Jr., Richard Guerrero Mendez.
Continuing from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Christopher David Fitzgerald, Russell Minor Brown. From the state of South Carolina, Matthew Logan Hare, Jacob Eric Sauer.
From the state of Tennessee, James Michael Russ, Tucker Carmichael Wade, William Jace Cherry.
Continuing from the state of Tennessee, Shannon Eric Lane, Sr. Joffrey Bernard Red. Thomas Park Neely. Christopher Bayard Cummings.
From the state of Texas, Darren Curtis McMichael, Jorge Ignacio Pastor, Joshua Lee Klaus, David Walter Zecker.
Continuing from the state of Texas, Santos Perez, James Edgar Williams, John R. Jensen, George W. Swain.
Continuing from the state of Texas, Milton Gabriel Resendez, Lorenzo Bustos, Stephen Lee Gibson, Jason Stewart Jones.
Continuing from the state of Texas, Jovine Jamal Mata, Stephen Alton Carnes. From the state of Utah, James D. Snipes. From the state of Vermont, Jessica Marie Ebenhausen.
From the Commonwealth of Virginia, Joseph Edward Carey, Sr. Mark Christopher Wagner, II. From the state of West Virginia, Stephen Paul Gitlin, II. Corey Stephen Maynard. From the state of Wisconsin, Hunter Timothy Shield, Emily Ann Reidenbach, Peter E. C. Jervik, Star Albert Miles, Caitlin Ray Leasing.
From the federal agencies, Trinity Leanne Reinhardt, John Thomas Self, Donald Herman Heidkamp, Barry Philip Holmes, Charles Lane Husky.
Continuing from the federal agencies, John Joseph Hess, Patrick Charles Bauer, Robert Charles Castione, Jr.
Continuing from the federal agencies, Freddie Ortiz, Scott Densmore Ritchie, Jacqueline L. Montero.
Continuing from the federal agencies, Edgar Garcia, Orion F. Hush, Peleg Palmer.
Continuing from the federal agencies, Kuntz Stolberger, Patrick Joseph Black, William D. Hildreth, Jesse S. Perkins.
From the U.S. Virgin Islands, Delbert Ian Phipps, Jr., Lionel Emmanuel Isaac.
flag every day in Redlands. And on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial are stories and memories that burn brightly, tonight and always. Stories that inspire us, and memories that cannot be extinguished. As a symbol of that eternal remembrance, Secretary Mayorkas and COPS National President Connie Moy will now light the memorial candle. The flame will then be passed to each of you with the help of the trustees of the Concerns of Police Survivors. As you're lighting your candles, retired Las Cruces police officer and country music recording artist Frank Ray will sing his law enforcement tribute, Badge 764.
Babies in the backseat, just a body in a dive bar. You still ain't forgave me. Changed some flats on the highway. Talked a guy on a tall ridge. No picture in the paper, but there's a finger painting of me hanging up on the fridge. I'm the father of a son, I'm a Holy Ghost lover. 911, I got your back, brother. No matter what, show up. There's a heartbeat fast under all this blue. Just doing my job, man, just like you. Kiss my baby goodbye one more time and walk out the door. Checking in, batch 764. Yeah, I know till I get home, she ain't gonna sleep away. While I'm working, she's tossing and turning, where it's been like a bullet in a washing machine. I'm the father of the son, I'm a Holy Ghost lover. 911, I got your back, no matter what, show up. There's a heartbeat fast under all this blue. Just doing my job, man, just like you. Kiss my baby goodbye one more time and walk out the door. Checking in, batch 764. I'm the father of the son, I'm a Holy Ghost. I got your back, no matter what, you show up. There's a heartbeat fast under all this blue. Just doing my job, man, just like you. Kiss my baby, hello, daddy's home. Shut the door. Check it in, babe.
and protection of others, and often to witness the unthinkable. Day or night, on duty or off, they never stop protecting others. Their heroism is unparalleled, and the debt of gratitude we owe them can never be fully paid. Many of those men and women are here with us tonight. We honor you today and every day. Our memorial, your memorial, pays tribute to the heroic spirit of those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Each year, with heavy hearts, we carve their names in marble so that their stories will never be forgotten. Behind every name engraved on the memorial wall are the officers' loved ones whose watch has not ended and whose breathing sadly endures. Tonight, we come together in solidarity with and support of the surviving families and agencies of those heroes to respect, honor, and remember their loss. As we raise our candles skyward in silent tribute, but united by light, we pledge to always remember and cherish those who have fallen, those who have been left behind, and those who continue to serve. And let us always remember, it's not how these heroes died, but how they lived.
When you're down and out, you're on the street. When evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. We need
Ladies and gentlemen, First Sergeant Michael McCann of the Virginia State Police will now perform the bagpipe solo, Going Home. Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety, please carefully extinguish your candles at this time and rise for the Retreat of Colors and Taps, performed by United States Capitol Police Sergeant Paul Lindenman and retired Sergeant Rick Pasciuto.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take a moment and thank the people behind the scenes who helped tonight happen. Men and women who worked with the Royal Fund, hundreds of volunteers, retired Chief Music Vixens who spent the last 5 months of their life planning this event tonight, who's now the executive director of Memorial. I want to thank each of you for coming out to help celebrate and honor all of those most recently added to the wall, and all of those that they joined. I want to thank Frank Ray for that incredible rendition of the national anthem and interlude songs. I want to thank the U.S. Park Police. I want to thank the National Park Service. I want to thank the distinguished guests, including those who gave remarks. I want to thank the gentleman from U.S. Capitol Police who played echo taps at the end. I want to thank First Sergeant Michael McCann, who led the pipes and drums team before the ceremony started. He just played that beautiful solo just as we're closer to the end. Most importantly, I want to take a moment and thank again the sponsors, particularly Verizon. Presenting sponsor for tonight, the big red truck behind us, the cell repeaters that are behind the crowd to help us stay connected, the hundreds of man hours they have invested, the public support they have shown us and law enforcement, and the huge financial investment without which we could not have done the event that we just did tonight. Verizon is not alone. Motorola Solutions Foundation, Police Unity Tour, Tyler Technologies, Hostler, 511 Tactical, Target, Wheeling Engineering, and Target. They support us tonight. They support us year after year. They support you. Ladies and gentlemen, may God bless each of you and your families. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
When leaving the Candlelight Vigil, all survivors registered through COPS may use the buses staged at both 7th and 3rd Streets to return to the Washington Hilton and Omni Shore hotels. All buses will stop at both locations. The buses will stop twice.
My friend, why I went to. Ooh.